We welcome you into the broadcast booth at Four Winds Field. I'm Brendan King. That's Max Thoma. This has been an incredible season of South Bend Cubs baseball, Max, in 2022. The South Bend Cubs on their way to the postseason for the first time since they clinched the Midwest League Championship back in 2019. As Max, as you think about it, just so many moments to think about this season for a very special team.
Yeah, top to bottom. I mean, this team the whole year has been tremendous. It's been the whole year one of the youngest teams in the league. They've really grown throughout this entire 131-game season.
We're going to take a couple sound bites coming up a little bit later from Lance Reimel as well as Casey Opitz. But as I think about this year, Max, you mentioned the youth factor of the team. It started as there were some veterans on that opening day roster, but it just continuously went on. Guys got called up, younger guys came in, and really everybody has played their role this season.
And we were talking about it so much throughout the entirety of the season, how many 19-year-olds. I mean, there's rarely any teenagers in the Midwest League, and we had a few. We had a lot of guys turn 20 throughout the course of the season.
Well, the South Bend Cubs are postseason bound. You think about, Max, starting with the starting rotation. It started with Jordan Wicks and DJ Hers in there, Daniel Palencia and Cole Franklin on that opening day roster. Then guys like Wicks and Hers get called up. Guys like Porter Hodge and Luis Devers come in. Max, as you think about all the guys that have been on the bump in the starting rotation this year, what comes to mind?
I mean, just their ability to reload, kind of like you said, Hers and Wicks. I think South Bend Cubs fans might have been a little worried when those guys got promoted, two of the top-end prospects pitching-wise in the Cubs farm system. But since Devers got promoted at the beginning of July, he's got the best ERA and the best WHIP in the Midwest League. And since Hodge got promoted 3 weeks later, he's second best in both those categories.
That's something to keep in mind for the postseason. So your starters for the Midwest League Divisional Series against the Cedar Rapids Kernels, which starts on Tuesday night. Luis Devers gets the ball, Max, in Game 1. Porter Hodge in Game 2. Daniel Palencia, if necessary, by the way, in Game 3. By the way, Games 2 and 3 are in Cedar Rapids. And, Max, I think that's just a combination of all the talent we've seen this year from Palencia starting the year. I think walks were a bit of an issue to start. He's figured out the control. And, heck, Max, he's throwing 94-mile-an-hour sliders now.
Yeah, he threw a 95-mile-an-hour breaking ball on Sunday, which was ridiculous. Palencia has been at his best of late. He hasn't allowed a run in 5 of his last 6 starts, and he's pitching the caveat if necessary game.
The bullpen has been equally as good for the South Bend Cubs. Way back in April, guys on the opening day roster like Jeremiah Estrada and Nicholas Padilla, guys who are now at the Chicago Cubs big league level or have made their major league debut. But just as you said, Max, with the reloading factor, South Bend has continuously gotten talent, especially in the bullpen, that has allowed South Bend to sort of cruise to division title.
Yeah, now the likes of a guy like Sheldon Reed, who's really come into his own after an incredible start in low A, struggled a bit in high A, but man, he's been dynamite at the back of the bullpen. Michael McAbeen's been terrific. Jake Reindl's back and healthy. He's been terrific. The bullpen, you just have tons of confidence in nowadays.
Let's take a listen to South Bend Cubs manager Lance Reimel, who talked about the growth of this South Bend Cubs team from way back in April to now in September.
I mean, we've grown up a lot since April 4th, so it's been impressive. It's part of development, and it's good to see guys get better throughout the year, and that's something I'm really proud of.
That's South Bend Cubs manager Lance Reimel, and Max, I think Lance summed it up well, that it was a growth factor. You got to learn your lessons sometimes in a long season, but they have, and now it's this playoff push coming along.
Yeah, it's going to be quite exciting. Lance has been terrific in his first year here. I think the coaching staff has grown and the team has really grown as well.
Let's talk about the lineup. Matt Mervis starts the year with the South Bend Cubs, absolutely on fire. The Cubs have the likes of Owen Casey in the lineup, too. Pete Crow Armstrong comes around eventually. This has just been a fun starting nine to watch, no matter who has been in the order.
Yeah, a lineup now full of 20-year-olds. I mean, Matt Mervis might be the best minor league player in the year altogether here, but Pete Crow Armstrong at the top, he kind of ignites this offense. He's the spark plug from the leadoff spot.
This team loves to have a lot of fun. Casey Opitz, one of the South Bend Cubs catchers, he talked about that in South Bend Cubs postseason media day.
I just think we all gel really well. I think we all like each other. The pitching staff gels with the hitters really well and vice versa. So, that's a big thing. You get on teams and maybe they don't like each other that much, or there's guys that are kind of all about them. But this team, everyone's trying to reach that one goal in the playoffs. And now that we're here, we can kind of just let loose and have fun and play baseball.
South Bend Cubs catcher Casey Opitz, and all those post-game interviews, this team loves to have a ton of fun. And, something that Lance talked about as well in his post-game availability when he talked to you on the field after we clinched was it could be any guy on any given night that's getting that shower.
Yeah, it's really that next man up mentality. You could have any hero on any given day, and that's what's so exciting about this team. You look at the lineup 1 through 9, anybody can have a killer night.
That's Max Thoma. I'm Brendan King. It has been a spectacular year at Four Winds Field all the way around. Big shout out to the fans of the South Bend community, everybody for coming out this year, watching us on Marquee Sports Network, My Michiana, and other outlets. Max, it's been a blast.
Yeah, it's been an absolutely terrific season and trying to cap it off the right way.
Let's see if the Cubs can get another ring as playoff baseball is coming up at Four Winds Field.